You wake up in the dark, heart racing. There's a sudden, disorienting sense of physical unease, and you realize your body has acted entirely on its own while you were asleep. Almost immediately, the psychological weight sets in. You might feel a wave of intense guilt, a perceived sense of deep exhaustion, or a terrifying fear that you are somehow draining your own vitality or fertility. This is a nocturnal emission, commonly known as nightfall. It is incredibly widespread, experienced by a massive portion of the male population from early adolescence straight through adulthood. Yet, despite how common it is, cultural whispers and a severe lack of basic education frame this harmless physical event as a debilitating disease, sometimes even giving it clinical-sounding names like DOT syndrome. That misinformation creates a vicious feedback loop. The sheer panic and anxiety surrounding the event spike your stress levels, which actively degrades your sleep quality and mental health. This involuntary physical response reveals a necessary automated biological maintenance routine at work. To understand those mechanics, we have to look at the start of the biological pipeline. During puberty, a massive influx of testosterone permanently boots up the male reproductive system. This schematic shows a process called spermatogenesis. It operates as a continuous 24/7 manufacturing facility that quite literally never powers down. Inside this facility, there is a strict division of labor. The testes manufacture the sperm cells, while the prostate gland and seminal vesicles produce the nutrient-rich fluids required for transport. These components merge into a central storage reservoir. The system has a hard physical storage capacity, yet it possesses no natural off switch to halt production. When the body goes through a prolonged period without voluntary ejaculation, that continuous buildup creates a significant biological backlog. To prevent internal congestion and keep the factory conditions optimal, the body uses an autonomous pressure release valve. That release valve kicks in as we transition out of the waking world and sink into the subconscious environment of our sleep cycle. This data visualization illustrates what happens when the brain enters REM, or rapid eye movement sleep. On the top, we see heightened neurological activity and dreaming, while the bottom line tracks a simultaneous surge in pelvic blood flow. When these two metrics intersect, they trigger spontaneous nocturnal erections, an action that operates entirely independent of the conscious mind. This reflex does not require explicitly sexual or erotic dreams to activate. It is a purely mechanical response to the physical accumulation of semen and local nerve stimulation. Nightfall is an automated background process running in the sleep state, designed to clear out old reserves and reset the reproductive pipeline. Cultural anxieties around nocturnal emissions begin with the most common fear: infertility. Nightfall does not lower your sperm count. By expelling older, stored cells, the body clears space and optimizes the environment for the continuous creation of healthier, active new ones. There is also the persistent myth of organ shrinkage. This is a physiological impossibility with zero scientific backing. The actual volume of fluid and nutrients lost during an emission is microscopic. The body easily and immediately replenishes it, which rules out any risk of systemic weakness. Any post-nightfall fatigue is caused by psychological panic and the interruption of deep sleep cycles, rather than actual biological depletion. To establish a baseline, experiencing this reflex anywhere from a few times in your life to a few times a week is standard. There are a few rare indicators that warrant medical intervention. If you experience physical pain, a burning sensation during urination, or the presence of blood, consult a doctor. If the event causes severe psychological anxiety that disrupts your daily life, speaking to a medical professional for reassurance is a valid step. Without those specific physical warning signs, your reproductive system is operating exactly to its baseline specifications. You can naturally regulate the frequency of this automated release by adjusting specific lifestyle inputs. Improving sleep hygiene is critical. Reducing pre-sleep hyperstimulation, including late-night screen time, stress, or explicit media, calms the nervous system. Physical measures like emptying your bladder before bed reduce internal pressure on pelvic nerves, while regular exercise helps stabilize your hormone levels. These steps allow for personal comfort and system optimization rather than curing an illness. Nightfall represents a biological machine autonomously keeping itself in flawless working order.